Okay, everyone, sometimes we just want to get a little artistic in Photoshop, do some artistic images. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do some really cool techniques. You can apply these to all kinds of photos like flowers, meadows, cars, houses. This is really cool. You got to check this out. Okay, now if you want to follow along with me, open up the pinkflower.psd file. You can find it in the project files folder and then go into the creating artistic images folder and go ahead and open it up and follow along. All right, here we go, guys. Well, the first thing I want you to do, I want you to come over to the layers palette, okay? And just make a new layer. Just come right down here to the bottom of the layers palette, make a new layer there, and then come over here to the toolbar and select the paint bucket here. Little paint bucket tool. And then for the foreground, make sure that's white, because what we're gonna do is just click on the image and just fill it with white, just like that. White, white, white. There we go. Okay, all right. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to open up the history palette. The history palette in Photoshop. If you don't see it, come up here to window and make sure history is checked. And you can see as soon as I do that, then the history palette comes forward right here. There we go. Okay, this is a cool part, everybody. What I want you to do is, what we need to do is select the source that we want to paint, okay? And to do this, come right over here. Right when you've opened up the image, you'll see the first step in the history palette, it says open. Come right to the left of that, and you'll see a little box right here. Click in that. And what this means is that we're selecting the source for the history brush, because we're going to use the history brush to create some cool artistic things in Photoshop. You've got to see this. I'm going to come right over here to the toolbar, and then I'm going to click over here and select the art history brush, okay? Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over and select the layers palette real quick, make sure that I have the layer 1 active. It should be, if you're following along with me, it just should be set up just right. And then I'm gonna come right over here, I'm gonna come up here, and since we have the art history brush, selected, we have options on the top of the screen here. Look right here where it says style. We can select different styles for our art history brush. Just click on this, and what I'm going to do for this particular technique, I am going to select dab. Now you can select the other ones and experiment with other types of styles if you want. For this particular tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to use the dab style, okay? Next, I'm going to come over here, and what we want to do is select somewhat like a small brush, okay? This is really going to make the effect look really cool for dabbing on the image and everything. Now, if it's too big, it might look a little unrealistic. So just select a soft brush or small brush. Soft, small brush. I'm going to do about a 13 pixel size brush. Double click to select it. I'm going to come over to the image and just draw on the image like this. And look what happens. And you notice when we're doing this, we are revealing the flower below. Okay, which is the layer we're painting. We told Photoshop that we want to use the history brush on the background layer, which is our original document image. And you can see the flowers start to come through. Okay, so check this out. So after we revealed most of the flower, check this out. Now this is somewhat artistic, right? Well, let me show you something else. Come right over here to the layer blending modes menu on that layer, and I want you to select overlay. There you go. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. Check this out. So I can actually still keep painting, okay, and reveal the flower a little more. Now we can select different size styles, okay, different types of styles. I'm going to switch this back to normal mode. Come up here to style and select tight curl. And look at that. So now it's curling around like that. And then I can come over here to normal and then select overlay. So check that out. So there's so many things we can do. Let me show you another technique. I'm going to bring up another image here. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this and bring up a yellow flower. Okay, now for this one, this is a little quicker. If you just want to give it sort of like a painting type look, artistic painting type look to a photo, and you don't want to have to make a new layer or anything, there's a really easy way to do this. Just come right over here to the toolbar and select the art history brush after you've opened up the image. By the way, the yellow flower is also in the creating artistic images folder if you want to follow along with me. So just go ahead and select that, and we can get a little more creative here. I'm going to go up here to style and select tight short, and I'll just come over here on the image and start painting, and look what's happening. Our image is starting to look more like an artistic painting. You see that? More like an oil painting, watercolor painting, anything like that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just by using the art history brush. Now I can go ahead and hold down Option Z command, and that's Alt Control Z to go ahead and undo what I just did. I can go ahead and just do that right now. Boom. There we go. And then I can come up here to style and select another one, like a loose medium style. okay, and then go ahead and paint on the image. Now it's a little more coarser brush, but if you're looking for that particular thing, hey, so be it. You can go ahead and use that. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. So experiment with the different styles. Come up here. We got tight curl, long curl. We even have dab is what we use. Now it's just we're going to have to, if we want to see the results of the dab a little more, we're going to have to increase the size of the brush. We're going to have to make a larger brush here. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. So, but I found that using the tight adjustments here, we have tight, medium, tight, short. That seems to give me pretty much the best result for what I'm doing. So I just come in here and just paint along, and just tell somebody that I did this painting in Photoshop, and that's pretty cool, huh? So that is how we can create some artistic images in Photoshop. So play with that. If you really get creative and experiment with the overlays too, and you can really get some interesting effects by using these as well. So there you have it. Create some artistic stuff. We'll see you later.